Good morning, dear students, and welcome back to our today's online class. We are studying about simple machines, chapter 11, and in our earlier classes we have done few activities such as warm-up activity where you were asked to write the names of these machines which were given in your textbook, and most of you have done it correctly. In our second class on simple machines, you were supposed to answer questions based on the video which was provided to you in the link in YouTube. In that video, I found out that most of you are a little confused about few things such as different types of levers. Therefore, I thought to make another fresh video for you so that you can understand different classes of lever in a better way. So let us again start or revise about machines, and we'll focus on one type of simple machine, that is lever. So machines. So let us understand first, what do we mean by machine? A machine is a tool that helps us to make our work easier. So we do not need to put our extra effort to do that work. We can do heavy work by simply applying less effort. So any tool that helps to make our work easier are known as machines. Now, how do these machines make our work easier? You must be having that question in your mind. So how a machine helps to make our work easier? The simple answer to this question is machines reduces the amount of force needed to do work. So by reducing the amount of force means how do we apply force? By using our energy. So by reducing the amount of force or energy needed to do work, machine helps to make our work easier. Is that okay, boys? Let us now see the types of machines. Broadly, machines are of two types, and they are simple machines and complex machines. Now, simple machines are those machines which have very few movable parts, whereas complex machines are those machines which have complex structure and they have large number of movable parts to make our work easy. Example of simple machines and complex machines can be like scissors, pliers, seesaw, stapler, knife, nut and bolt. They are all examples of simple machines, and we use these simple machines in our everyday life, at school, at home, in the play field. We use these simple machines a lot. Complex machines can be watches. Our watches are complex machines because they have many movable parts. Cars, even vehicles are our complex machines. They run with the help of complex parts. Okay, mixer grinders, these are all examples of complex machines. That means they are made up of more movable parts. Now in this class we are going to discuss about simple machines only, not about complex machines. You learn about complex machines in higher classes. Now let us see, what do we mean by complex machines? Machines with few or no moving parts that are used to make our work easier are called simple machines. For example, a scissor. This is a simple machine. It has only one movable part. A stapler is another example of simple machine. A tong is an example of simple machine. So in this class we are going to learn about simple machines only. Now let us see the types of simple machines. Simple machines are of six different types, and they are lever, pulley, inclined plane, screw, wedge, and finally wheel and axle. So there are how many types of machines? There are six simple machines. There are six different types of simple machines which we use in our everyday life, and they are lever, pulley, inclined plane, screw, wedge, and wheel and axle. And in our today's class we are going to learn about the first type of simple machine, that is lever. So let us see what is a lever. A lever is a simple machine that has a long rod which moves around a fixed support. So a lever is basically a simple rod. So we can make a lever out of this pen also. We can make a lever out of this scale also. So this will act as a long rod, and it also moves around a fixed support. So we need to make a fixed support around which our rod moves. If we have that arrangement, then that particular simple machine is known as lever. So let us see how a lever looks. So this is a long rod, and this is a fixed point around which this rod moves. So this type of arrangement is known as a lever. Now in a lever there are some parts of a lever which we need to understand, and they are: a lever has three parts: fulcrum, effort, and a load. Now let us try to understand what do we mean by these three parts of a lever. Fulcrum, which is also denoted by F. So fulcrum is a fixed point or support on which the rod moves freely. So if we see this picture, so this is the fixed point around which the rod moves. So this fixed point is known as fulcrum. So this fixed point is known as fulcrum. Is that clear, boys? Now let's see another part of lever, that is effort, which is also denoted by E. So effort, it is the force that is applied to make the object move. So we apply effort on the rod, on one part of the rod, to make our object move. So if this is a rod, so we can apply effort anywhere on this rod to make the object move. Now if I apply effort over here in this part will be called the effort part of the lever. I can also apply effort here, even at the middle. Okay, so now for the time being I'll keep effort over here. This effort will be applied on the rod to make objects move. Now at one point of the rod we need to keep the load. So let us see what is load. Load, which is also denoted by L, it is the object on which force is applied to do the work. So we have to apply effort. Now this effort need to do work on certain object. So that object is called load. So if I keep object over here, this will be called load. I can also keep object at the center. I can also interchange their position like this. So load can be kept anywhere depending on which effort can be applied anywhere. So I can again now rearrange this like this. So we have how many parts in a lever? We have three parts, and they are fulcrum, effort, and load. Fulcrum is denoted by F, capital F, effort by capital E, and load by capital L. Now, based on the positions of fulcrum, effort and load. So we have three parts of a lever. So based on their position, we can have different types of lever. They can interchange their position like this. So we can keep our three parts anywhere. So depending on their position in a lever, we can have three different types of lever. Please understand this part very clearly, because most of you have not answered this question related to this part correctly. So please pay attention and try to understand this part. Okay, boys? So based on the position of fulcrum, effort and load, lever are of three types. What are they? The first type is called first class lever. Second type is called second class lever, and the last one is called third class lever. Most of you have written fulcrum, effort and load in this particular topic. That is incorrect. Your correct answer will be the type of levers are first class lever, second class lever and third class lever. So on what basis we have first class lever, second class lever and third class lever? Let us try to understand. Now for this, sometimes it becomes a little confusing to remember which one is first class, which one is second, or which one is third. To remember this your lifelong, I'm giving you a simple mnemonic. Mnemonic means a quicker, better way to remember things. So I'm giving you this mnemonic, FLE, okay, FLE, FLE. Now F stands for fulcrum, L stands for load, and E stands for effort. Now based on the middle position of fulcrum, if fulcrum is in the middle position, if load is in the middle position, or if effort is in the middle position, we have three classes of lever. FLE, first write FLE, just below FLE you write 1, 2, 3. Okay, now when the fulcrum is in the middle position, that means on either side like this. So when the fulcrum is in the middle position, so load and effort can be anywhere, they can interchange their position like this. But when the fulcrum is in the middle, then that lever is called first class lever, which is denoted by 1. So F1, F is at the center. When load is in the middle, when the load is in the middle and fulcrum and effort are on the two ends, at the two ends, then that type of lever is called second class lever, which is denoted by 2. So L2, this is a second class lever. And finally, when the effort is in the middle and fulcrum and load on the two ends of the lever, then we have third class of lever, E3. So FLE stands for middle position of fulcrum or load or effort, and based on that we have first class, second class and third class lever. Is that clear, boys? So now let us see what type of lever is this scissor. So scissor, here scissor is a lever. Now it is made of a rod. Okay, it has a fixed point over here around which the rod moves. Now over here at this end we need to apply effort, and to do work like to cut a piece of paper into two halves, what do? We put this paper object over here at the other end, one end, and when we apply effort over here, when we press it, our work gets done. So here we are applying effort, here load is kept, work is done over here, and this is the point, fixed point around which the rod moves. So this is fulcrum, here we are applying effort, here is load. So fulcrum in the middle first, so this is first class lever. So scissor is first class lever. Okay, now let us see another machine, simple machine. This is a simple machine which I have made out of cardboard for you. Okay, it is here we have wheel which is fixed at one end. Okay, and this is a lever rod, long rod. Now in order to lift heavy object, what do? We need to apply effort. Now say suppose this is our object which we need to move, and say suppose this is very huge. Imagine this is very huge. Now if you want to apply effort and push it, now what happens is, since it has a very big flat surface, there will be friction, which you have learned in class 4, and there will be larger the flat surface, more will be the friction, and more the friction, difficult will be to move this object. So in order to reduce the friction, what do? We can use a wheel. Wheel will reduce the friction, and therefore moving object will be easy. Now to make this moving object even easier, we can use simple machine like this. So what we need to do, we need to put this object over here. So where are we putting the object? Load in the middle, and here we apply effort. So we need to lift it, and when we lift it, we have to just apply effort over here, and when we apply effort over here, this wheel moves and the object can be moved very easily. So just look over here in this object. Here we are applying effort, here we are keeping our load, and this is a fixed point. So this wheel doesn't move from here to here, it remains fixed over here, but it rotates over here, but it remains fixed. So this is the fulcrum, load and effort. So load is at the center. So this is what type of simple machine? Load at the center. So this is second class. So wheelbarrow is a second class lever. Now let us see stapler. This is a stapler, okay, and this is also a lever. So let us try to see what type of lever is this. So now if you see over here, this stapler moves around this fixed point. So this is a fixed point. So around this fixed point, this rod moves. Now in order to join these two pieces of paper together, which we cut with the help of scissor, what do we need to do? We keep this pieces of paper over here at one end of the stapler like this. And now to fix this, what do? We apply effort over here. So somewhere in the middle. So when we press apply effort over here, we find that the work has been done over here. Okay, so in this case, fulcrum is at one end, effort in the middle, and load at the other end. So effort in the middle. So what type of lever is this? Effort in the middle means third class. So stapler is third class lever. So these are the three types of levers which we have based on the middle position of fulcrum, load or effort. Now I hope you have understood the different types of lever. There are other different examples given in your book: seesaw, scissors, bottle opener, wheelbarrow, stapler, tongs. Okay, now based on today's learning, you have your assignment number 3, where you have to give 3 examples of each of the following. First class lever, you have to write 3 examples of first class lever, 3 examples of second class lever, and 3 examples of third class lever. In our next class, we will see another type of simple machine, and that is pulley. Till we meet next time, stay safe and do all things well.